All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I am reviewing the comparison between the Olight Baton 3 Pro Max, the Olight Baton 3 Pro, and the Olight Baton 3. So stay with me, guys, and let's check out the differences and similarities between these three lights. All right, so the first obvious difference between the three lights is the size. So if I lay them down like this, you get a really good look at how different the size is. Now, obviously the Baton 3 is your mini little EDC torch. This is probably one of my favorite lights ever because of its weight as well. It is so light that having this on my hat when I want to go hands-free is just simply perfect. And I would use that in high because obviously turbo would drain the battery too quickly. But high, you get decent runtime out of it, so not a problem at all. Then if you step up to the Baton 3 Pro, obviously you're going to have some added weight and added size, but still a really nice feel in the hand. I guess the Baton 3 Pro and the Max have it over the Baton 3 in the feel of the hand, in my opinion. The Baton 3 does feel a little bit awkward in a hand my size. That's why it's my kind of go-to hands-free light. But the Baton 3 the Baton 3 Pro and Pro Max are much bigger. We've got a 21700 battery in the Max and an 18650 in the Pro. If you just have a look at the size of the heads, you will see a stark difference between all three. There you go, and all the LEDs down there. Then if we compare pocket clips, so we'll do these two first. Obviously, major difference. And then again, with the Max as well, you've just got an extra bit of length there with the Max. Now, as far as side switches go, the Baton 3 Pro and Pro Max are almost identical. In fact, I'd say they are identical except for the flashing LED. But the Baton 3 has a bit of a raised side switch. So it just depends on what you prefer there. I don't mind the raised side switch at all, but it leaves me more confident having the kind of flush or recessed side switch with these two, that I won't turn it on accidentally in my pocket. Now, just lastly on the side switches, the Max is the only one that if you shake the light, it will give you your voltage level of the battery. So that's a really cool additive that I love in the Max, that neither the 3 Pro or the 3 actually have. Now, if we just look at tail caps for a second, or just tails because there's no cap, again, massive size difference. And let's remove the batteries just to show you the difference in batteries. Okay, so here we have the 3.7 volt 16340 battery, 550 milliamp. That's for the Baton 3. Then we step up to the 18650 3200 milliamp, 3.6 volt for the 3 Pro. And then 5,000 milliamp, 21700 3.6 volt for the Pro Max. Now, retail price for these lights, the Baton 3 comes in at 85 Australian dollars. The 3 Pro comes in at 95 Australian dollars, and the Pro Max jumps up to 130 Australian dollars. Those prices are current at lightshop.com.au or at olightaustralia.com.au as well. Now, some more differences between these lights, guys. So the Baton 3 has a max output of 1200 lumens. So that's your turbo, and that's 1200 lumens there. Then the 3 Pro has a max output of 1500 lumens. There it is there. And the Pro Max has a max output of 2,500 lumens. So it jumps up by 1,000 lumens again. So if we just have the Pro, there we go with the Pro there and the Pro 3, you can see it's a lot cooler white in the 3 Max, sorry. So we've got Max here and we've got Pro here. And it is definitely a lot cooler with the Max. And I will show you some night shots outside as well between those 3. Now, with run times, guys, the Baton 3 will give you 1,200 lumens for 1.5 minutes before it steps down. Then the Baton 3 Pro will give you 2 minutes at 1,500 lumens before it steps down. And the Max will give you 2,500 lumens for 1 minute before it steps down. So you've got 1 minute there, you got 1.5 minutes here, and 2 minutes here on your max output run times. Now let's go ahead and compare sizes. So the length of the Baton 3 comes in at 6.2 centimeters. The 3 Pro comes in at 10 centimeters exactly. So 4 centimeters bigger, just under 4 centimeters bigger. And then the Max comes in at 11.3 centimeters. So a centimeter, almost a centimeter and a half taller is the Max. And then about 4 centimeters taller from the 3 is the 3 Pro. Now, if we do head diameter or head width, guys, we've got 2 centimeters on the 3. Then we've got 2.2 centimeters on the 3 Pro. Then we've got 2.5 centimeters on the Pro Max as well. So some more differences there. Now let's go into some weight. All right, so weighing the Batons. Weighing all the Batons, the Baton 3 comes in at 53 grams exactly. That's with the battery included. Then the 3 Pro comes in at 103.5 grams, so more than double the weight already. And then the Max comes in at 148.64 grams. So the biggest difference is between the 3 and 3 Pro, which is double the weight straight away. And then add another 44 grams. On top of that, you'll get your Max. So all of these lights have moonlight mode. All of these lights have strobe as well. So just triple click and you'll get strobe at your max outputs. There it is. There it is. Now, you'll all get the moonlight mode, as I said, which is obviously a really great additive to have in a light. Obviously, all of them come with two-way pocket clips as well. And they all have lockout mode. So if you're familiar with the UI of one of these, then you'll be familiar with it all. And I like that about what Olight's done. They've kept the UI along even with their upgrades. So, you know, to lock one of these out, it's just press and hold. It'll go into moonlight mode and then it'll come off moonlight mode and it's going to be locked. So very, very good that they all operate the same. So when you do make your upgrade, you basically know how to work it straight out of the box. You don't really need to, read and learn about it again, which is a nice touch. I like that. They all have memory mode on everything except for turbo and strobe. So as far as battery level indicators go, these two here will start to show you a different colored LED when the battery gets below 50%, whereas this one you can actually shake the light and then it tells you the voltage of the battery straight away. So that is 4.1 volts, I think I saw. So let's shoot off now to some night shots, and after that we will come back and do some final thoughts on what we think about these lights, guys. See you in a sec. All right, Baton 3 Pro Max, Baton 3 Pro, both on turbo. There's the Max, there's the Pro. Max, Pro, Max, Pro. The Pro looks a bit more, like it's almost got a bit more candela. The Max just is just flood all around, whereas the Pro looks like it's got a bit of a centralized hotspot. Although the Max might have a centralized hotspot, but you just can't see it because of the amount of flood that's in it. I don't actually know. Tree there. That's the Pro Max. The Max has stepped down. Pro still going strong. But there we have the beam profile of the Pro, and that's the Max there. Max and Pro. That's the Baton3, the mini one, and that's the Baton3 Pro. Baton3, 3 Pro. 3 Pro. There's the 3 Pro. God, the 3 is impressive, man. 3 Pro. Look at the size difference. That little thing there versus that. 3 Pro and 3. 3 Pro and 3. Far out. Gotta love that little 3. 3 Pro and 3. All right. 3 Pro. Back to the lab, guys. All right, so pretty impressive. I think the Max definitely obviously puts out more light, but it seems to be more of a floodlight in particular. The Pro and the 3 seem to have a bit more of a designated hotspot, whereas the Max seems to, it still has a hotspot, but it kind of just spills into the rest of the flood. So when looking at when looking at buying one of these lights, guys, think about what you want to use it for. So I'll give you an example. Out of these 3 lights, my favorite is this one. And the reason being is that this stays next to my bed and it is magnetized to my lamp. And what that does for me is allows me a light to grab if I need to see in the dark, if I'm going to the toilet, or if I need to see something at nighttime without blinding myself. I just turn this on into moonlight mode or ultra low mode. And that way it's just a little torch that I don't have to worry about blinding me, because I know it's going to get me into moonlight mode, and that's it, right? And I like that because of its weight as well. It's just a small light. It doesn't take up too much space on my bedside table, and it doubles as a hands-free head torch as well if I ever need that. So that's a really nice additive to have as well, because I don't want something too heavy on my hat when I want to go hands-free. So this is the one for me. Now, obviously you can have all 3 of them. I mean, I've got all 3 of them as well, but this is the one that gets most use. If you were going for kind of in the middle of wanting a light to be a hands-free light, but also kind of like a carry around your pocket EDC light that doesn't take up too much room, then I would definitely go for the Baton3 Pro. It is kind of like the perfect size light, guys. Obviously puts out 1,500 lumens, so very, very impressive. And it has the longest runtime on Max, which is 2 minutes for that. So this light is perfect for outdoor activities, perfect for indoor activities, perfect for hands-free, anything like that. It's a great, great light. And, it's probably not worth the upgrade if you're not looking to get that extra amount of light out of a little pocket torch that you want. However, if you are looking for that extra 1,000 lumens, which is, decent amount extra, then obviously the 3 Pro Max is for you. And it is still a very, very nicely fitted in the hand light for an EDC light. And as far as a 21700 light goes, this is probably one of, if not the best sized lights for a 21700. So Olight have really, really done just a phenomenal job in utilizing space so that they can really have the maximum amount of battery in the minimum amount of torch. So very, very impressive from Olight, guys. As I said before, lightshop.com.au is where you can pick these up. 85 Australian dollars, 95 Australian dollars, and 130 Australian dollars here. Now, if you can't pick any of these up from Light Shop for whatever reason, out of stock, waiting for stock, something like that, just shoot over to olightaustralia.com.au and you can pick them up from there as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the comparison video today. If I've forgotten anything, please let me know in the comments below. I apologize. I just really wanted to make a video to show you kind of the differences in them, mainly the differences in size really, and just tell you about the differences in output. I hope it was informative enough for you guys. And until next time, stay cool and stay safe, and I will see you again on another episode of Flashlight Crazy. See ya.